Soul Sessions and Soul Magic Expansion. These are separate products. I'm going to do them together because they were out together, but of course you can purchase them separately. So the Soul Sessions is the latest member of the Play series, and the Soul Magic is the expansion pack with lots of very cool samples and also some presets for Massive and Monarch. So let's get to know both of them. We're going to play, we're going to do something, we're going to explore, and I'm going to do a lot of sound demos. So let's get started. That's cool. Yeah, we're using it. Yeah, let's put those chords in. Actually, before we get started, if you just want to see a demo, if you want to see me use Soul Session, Soul Magic, creating like a quick beat, so you can skip all that and just jump over to the demo section. This is Soul Sessions, and as with the other members of the Play series, we have two layers. We have the A, we have the B. We can blend them. We can select different samples or different presets for each of them. And let me show you how that works. So first of all, this is what we have. Right, and I can click this title here, or I can flick through with the left and right arrows here, or I can just click this magnifying glass and I'll get the presets. And you can see this little A here and B. These are just telling me which sample was selected for the A or the B layer. Right, so that's the idea here. I can just select the dry bones here for the A part, and the B is using the dark room piano. Right, and I can select something else for A. So definitely you can start with a preset and go from there. So if you don't want to start empty, just pick any of the presets and get going with that. And then I can select something else for the B. Let's try this one. And we have a browser here, so you can go through those pages and just find something that you like. Right, so that's the basic idea here, and we have the blend. Let's go back and select something nice. I can try this one. And for the B, we'll go back to Blink Piano, for example. Cool, so that's the idea behind the presets, but then we have the sound, the effects, sequencer, macros, and some other settings. So it's going to be a lot of things. Let's dive into the sound section. The sound section will give us again the A and the B. We can link them together and we'll see what's happening here. So first of all, we have the on and off button here for layer A and B, and we can transpose, tune, pan, volume. And we also have some sound design, sound mingling kind of things here. We have bit reduction, crusher, noise, and color. And we can turn this section on and off as well. And we have a filter. So this filter is pretty cool. And we have the cutoff, resonance. We have gain, which is not enabled always. And then we have key tracking. If you click this drop down here, you'll see all the different types of filters that we have. Of course, LP means low pass, HP means high pass, and so on. And we'll see the different types here. And if you select leather, for example, you'll see that now we have gain. Okay, so we can use this. Cool. And then we have some modulation options. So what we have here is this modulation section, and we have the mod envelope, we have amp envelope, LFO 1, 2, velocity, aftertouch, and mod wheel. And when you select any of these, so I'll go for the LFO because that's the easiest to show you. And if you don't know much about synthesis, that's fine. I mean, check my channel. I have lots of stuff on synthesis and synthesizers. So this is the usual stuff that you would find in any synthesizer. And it's really cool that we have, you know, these guys here. So let's go for the LFO, and this is the LFO, and I can tweak it. So right now it's a free-form kind of rate, right, in hertz, but I can lock it to my host here and do like whatever, like quarters, and then I'll see these little sliders here. This will give me the option to tweak and have the LFO affect that parameter. So for example, if I want this LFO to open and close the filter, this is how you do it. Right, and that's whooshing sound, that's the resonance going in and out. Right, and I can use the same LFO as long as I have this modulation here turned on. I can use it for panning, for example. So this sound will go from left to right and so on. But of course, that is only for the layer that I'm selected on. So this is the B layer. Right, that's the idea, and I can go on, and then I have LFO2, so I can click LFO2, and now I can detune this layer. So that's the idea here, and again, same goes for the amp envelope, the mode envelope. So I can use this envelope for anything. Wherever you see, when you're selecting this modulation option here, then wherever you see this slider, that's where you can use it on. It's really, really easy and super cool. If you don't know a lot about synthesis, this is great. So I can use it. Even I can actually use the mode envelope to modulate the LFO itself. It's pretty cool. So it's a modulation that modulates a modulator. Right, so that's the idea behind the sound. There's, I mean, a bunch of stuff that I skipped. Well, if I'll go into every little detail, it's going to be super boring. So let's move on to the effects. All right, so let's see the effects. So the effect is pretty cool. We have EQ for the A, EQ for the B layer. We can click this and get the controls. And then we have these 6 slots here. And when you just click the drop down, you'll see the different effects that we have. And if you click this here, then you'll see the controls, of course, and you can drag this and rearrange. So that's these are the effects. I'm going to skip that. It's just a lot of very small details. I'm sure you get it. Let's move on to the sequencer. Okay, let's go into the sequencer, and just know that you need to turn it on. Right, the same goes for the effects. So if you turn it on, that's what you'll get. Just, you know, the bunch of notes, and you can change the rate. And if you don't do anything with the pitch or the velocity, then that's what you're gonna get. We have swing, we have other stuff, like for example, we have the root key. Okay, and that's important. I'll show you why. Let's go to E minor, for example. And then we can just change the pitch here. So we have major second, we have fifth. And it can go on. All right, so that's the idea here, and we can also change the rate. Cool. And then we have also some stuff that we have the layer routing here. We have the number of steps. We have the direction. We can go forward and then backwards, and so on. We have gating. And what's cool about that sequencer is that you can use it on the macros, but we didn't talk about the macros yet, so we're going to do that real soon. So we have the macros, and as you can see, we have the macros 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the top one is 1, the bottom is 2, and then here we have 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's have a quick look at the macros, and then you'll figure it out. Okay, so the macros are pretty cool, very easy to assign, very easy to manage. So let me show you. First of all, on the bottom, we have the macros. We have 6 of them, and we have the names here. But if we'll go to the macros display, you'll see that we have them here on the top, and we can rearrange them, for example, and then you'll see that on the bottom as well. Now, for each of these, you'll see the assignment. So for example, the cutoff, this button, it's not always the cutoff. It can be whatever. It's the second macro. Right now, it is assigned to layer A and layer B cutoff. Let's have a quick look at the sound section here. And you see this little dot here? That's the thing. That's the assignment. So if I'll click this let's click the cutoff, and I can just click this, and I'll see the macro assignment, and I'll see the range, and I can actually use the same macro and do that for the resonance. Well, we can leave it as it is. And now let's go back to the macros here, and you'll see that we have the third assignment here, layer B resonance. So that's what it is. Let's go to sound, and if I'll just tweak this, you'll see it moving around. So I can also see that when I'm using this dirt, this is what happens. We have more noise and color. So that's the dirt. And you can create your own macros. You can just go back to the macros and click this X and remove any assignment and so on. So that's the macros. I think what we'll do next is go and check out the other settings. So the settings are pretty cool. Again, we have A, we have B. We can select different samples for the A or the B, whatever we want for each of them. But we have something really cool here. We have the low key, high key assignment. So right now, we see that the entire keyboard is assigned to the A and the B layer, the same. But I can actually do something like this. So I can split my my keyboard, and I don't know if you see that, but I have complete control. So I have the LEDs lighting up, and we have the red keys. Yeah, just right. So I have the red keys assigned to A, and I can just tweak this and start somewhere else. And now I have a complete kind of split keyboard where the left side is more for the A and the B, and I can overlap them. So that's the cool part here. And we have the velocity curve, we have the pitch bending, and some other settings. And we have mono, we have legato, and that's pretty much it. So we have, again, lots of little things that you can do. You can even have different assignments here for the velocity curve, or you can just do it yourself, user velocity curve, and do whatever you want. So that's the idea here. Now let's go and play with Soul Sessions and the Soul Magic expansion. That's cool. Yeah, we're using it. Yeah, let's put those chords in. All right, so this is what I've got. Cool, so that's pretty nice, and now let's get this a little bit more interesting. All right, let's add some bass. Cool. So next, let's have something like this. Cool. So let's add some, something else. We have the massive and we have the Monarch preset. So this is what I have here. And these are from the Soul Magic. So let's go to the Soul Magic, and you can see we have in Soul Magic, we can go and find some presets. For example, I'll go to Soul Magic. We have sounds, and under sounds we have massive sounds. So this is where it comes from, and we have Monarch sounds. So I can do that as well. This is cool. So let's try that one. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the Soul Magic expansion pack. I'm using complete control, but you can actually go to the file themselves wherever you put them. So for example, I have the files, and this is the structure. So we have documentation, groups, projects, samples, and sounds. And I think what interesting is samples. So here you have the drum samples. These are the actual samples. You can just drag and drop to your session, work with them, do whatever you want. So that's the clap, and we have some other, and so on. So these are the samples that makes this expansion pack. And then we have loops, and they are all arranged. So you can check them out, double clicking. There you go. Right, and you can use it anywhere. I'm just using complete control because it's easy and it's fun to show. So let's go back to our library, and here again we have the instruments, we have loops, and we have one shots. So I'll start with the loops. And by the way, you have this drop down here, and you can just scroll and find the Soul Magic here. Now we have sort of a filter by type and then character, so we can just browse through and just audition the sounds. Let's try this one. And something else. And there, as you can see, you have the key, and you have sometimes you'll see the BPM, of course, here. So let's try something else. Some vocals. Now these are the loops, but I don't know, sometimes you'll find under the one shots also things that make sense, like loops. So we have vocals here as well.
Tell me, what are you waiting for? Yeah.
Whatever you want, I got it. Whatever you want, I got it.
Cool. Let's try something else. We have also bowed strings. Right, now we can change the engine. We have repeat, format, and so on. So this is a sampler, right? Next, let's try some piano as keys. Let's try this one. Now you can use the Soul Magic also inside Buttery, so I'll show you that in a moment. Yeah, so these are the samples. You can go on and on. Let's go back to the loops here and try something. We have these guys. Right, so that's again Soul Magic, very cool. Now if you have Massive or Monarch, then you can go to the Soul Magic sounds, and there we have the Massive sounds and Monarch sounds. So I can go here, and these are the presets. So let's try some of them. It's quiet. We can tweak this further, of course, if you have massive. Some of them are really quiet, some very loud. That's a power sub. Powder. Cool, so this is the just the massive sounds. Let's go and check the Monarch sounds. Not too many, so let's just go through them. Right, so and now let's head over to Buttery and I'll show you some of the kits. In Complete Control, when you select Buttery, you have all the banks here. So drop down, just scroll down, and we're looking for the Soul Magic. And there you go. These are the kits. And some of the kits are just regular kits. Some of them are just a collection of sounds. For example, all chords or all closed hi-hats and things like that. So it's kind of useful sometimes.
Yo. 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 Yo.
Okay, so that was Soul Sessions and Soul Magic. I hope you enjoyed this one. And if you have any questions, just leave comments below this video. You can also follow me on Facebook and you can contact me through my page. So I'll see you in the next videos. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.